Alrighty, here we go. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner. Classic, non-classics. This episode number 2400! Yes! I have reached this far. Yep, still, to this very day, this is my longest running series. And who would have thought, basically, I reached this number 1 month prior to my 10-year anniversary of recording videos. Yes, next month does mark that point. It does. That's when I recorded my very first video, and it is something that I reached this far. Do I think I reached the next 100 episodes in a month? How I doubt it. Now, I have enjoyed doing these videos. Sometimes, basically, I may not be into them very much because of the content I'm discussing, or I may not be feeling too well. That's the short gist of it. Now, when I started this series originally, basically 10 years ago, and actually in November. Yes, November will mark 10 years of this particular video review series. Yes. At that point, it wasn't exactly my first series I was working on. It was movie reviews. Then eventually the whole thing of the Comic Corner thing, which I basically stole this idea from Chris Ventura, a.k.a. Dark Avenger C86. I stole it from him, and I don't think he cares, the fact I stole it from him. As a matter of fact, the movie reviews, which were called DVD reviews, which borrowed that from his brother. Yes. I may have borrowed ideas from him, but I'm not exactly borrowing his review style. Of course, he never did Comic Corner as much as I did. I did a lot of these over the past decade. Doing right now, 2,400 episodes. Which is awesome. Today I got a new subscriber, so I'm basically up to 254 subscribers right now. Thank you very much for that. Now, will I get more? Who knows? Okay? So, what am I reviewing for my 2400 episode? Why is two trades by two really good writers? One is a trade that is just really short. The other one's really good. Alright, first up it is Superman Redemption. Yep. Look how thin this trade is. It's really short. It's like 4 issues of 4 comic books in this one thing here. There are 3 stories. You have Angel, which is by Kurt Busiek and Fabian Nicieza. The artwork is Peter Val, Carlos Baccio. Redemption is Fabian Nicieza, and Beast from Krypton is basically Kurt Busiek as well. Walt Simmons is the arc for that one. Alan Goodman does the arc for Redemption. This book collects issues of... Excuse me about that. My phone decided to drop near my feet, so let me... Okay. Is my charger doing anything wrong with it? Alright, so this book covers issues 659 and 666 for Superman, and Action Comics 848 to 849. Angel is just a standalone issue, basically, of Superman acting like an angel, doing Superman things, like saving an old lady from a car nearly hitting them. Yeah, and the car filled with drunk drivers. And mostly focuses on her and her basically, her interaction with Superman, and think he's an angel. That's mostly exactly what this is. And it's all focused on her for an entire issue, her witnessing separately as Superman. It's a really good issue here. Yep. And then the next issue is the start of Redemption story arc, which is basically, this is from Action Comics 848. It's basically a minor story. We also have Superman interviewing Supernova, who's actually... Now, this is from the 1 year time skip. We have this guy called Authority, who basically thinks he's Superman, but he isn't. So, yeah, Superman investigates this guy, and this guy thinks he's like a guy called Jared Drowell. And this pastor seems like he's very cooperative. Yeah, I was talking about him per se. And Lois here is with a tomboy haircut for some reason, but that's Lois for you. Yeah, this guy thinks his powers are from God, and, well, is just the story of redemption. That's most what it is. It's a two-parter. It takes up this issue in issue 849. Superman fights a guy in this issue here, and well, he thinks it's a righteous cause mostly, and then he gets an answer from his flip phone. Remember those? He gets a call from Oracle. Does work with the old lady from Superman, and well, the past up gets basically talking about Clark, and then of course the Crusade comes back. Superman comes in, tries to stop him, and apparently the pastor himself basically was using all power on the kid anyways. Yeah, and then we have Beast from Krypton, which is basically this magical book. It's this weird art style that happens in here where you see Hawkman, Aquaman, Animal Man, and then we see the Phantom Stranger come to you and you go like, that's strange. Like, this is funny. Like, Olsen, where's can I need to do a piece in the river you use piece? Olsen, have some cheap. Need a base photos? It's so funny. Yeah. Baseball photos. Yeah, think like Superman's a god even though he really isn't. And then we have Santana show up. Yes, Santana. It seems like we just watched a random guest stars for this one issue. And then we have Brainiac himself pop up here like, what? Yeah, it's a weird issue. And then we have apparently a montage of events, including Doomsday before he lost his outfit he was wearing, Parasite, and a bunch of other villains per se. You could just say this book is just a collage of DC superheroes and DC villains fighting various other things here. It's an okay issue per se, but not much I'll say for it. It's okay. But I give this book roughly a 8.5 out of 10. Next up is a really good one here. We have X Factor, volume. I don't think it's a volume number. This one. This is Scar Tissue, which collects issues of X Factor 213 and 219, written by Peter David, artwork by Valentine Delario and Emil Lampiero. Mostly put in these issues. This is the issues where Darwin leaves the team. Yes, because it's separated X Factor, because it's separated Las Vegas. Yeah, Valentine Delario does issues 213, 15, and Emilia Lampiero does issues 214, 216, 219. Basically does the rest. The cover is by David Lardon and Serta Albrecht. James Campbell does issue 214. So yeah, basically separated the hell out. So basically, the first issue is like an epilogue to that. That's mostly exactly what it is with them off the team. Now, X Factor at this point in time, this is of course is the mutant. This is the PI firm, led by Dave Mandrix, and the other members are Darwin, Longshot, Pip the Troll, Lila Miller, Siren, Strong Guy, and I think that's it. There's actually more. Yeah. There's also Monette, who basically is on the roof getting herself a tan. Yeah, show how sexy she is. Yep. Yeah, and then we have Ryan, and we have basically Wolfsbane, a pregnant Wolfsbane with Richter. Yes, which oh boy, the whole thing with Richter. Okay, apparently, for some reason, Peter Dave decided to out Richter as gay. And well, actually, it's not much outing Richter as gay. It's more like the outing of Shatterstar as gay. Yeah, he's part of the team too. And there's a joke about this to have a connection, and they deny the fact they have a connection either. Now, the story I've heard is that Liefeld hated the fact that Shatterstar was out of this gay. I mean, he probably didn't care the fact that Richter was out of it, but Shatterstar was one of his characters, and he was upset by it. Did it lead anywhere? Not really. Richter not date him anymore. Yeah, 214 just focus on Darwin in a Western setting. It's most what it is. Really fun issue. And then, of course, basically, 215 is basically like investigating somebody else. Yeah, then of course you have Lila being proposed to by Mandrix, who basically like agrees to it. Yes. It's a very interesting issue. It's really noteworthy about it. Just like you have random like fighting vampires. You have Lila with her Doctor Doom gun. Yeah, then we have 216. This is a really cool one. Yeah, this basically involves Jameson. Now, it's explained in this issue that Jameson, the reason why he doesn't go after X Factor is because apparently Mandrix quoted The Godfather to Jameson, which of course, according to Mandrix, apparently Jameson gave that line to basically Martin Puzo, the guy, I think it's his name, the guy who wrote The Godfather. So you've never seen the film, and of course then you have Monette here with, I think it's Shatterstar on the roof. Are they having sex? No, they're just basically just hanging out. And of course she gets her tan. Of course, here's Jameson here. Jameson, they're thinking like, why do you call him mayor? Because this came on a period of time when Jameson was the mayor of New York. Yep, and this whole storyline lasts for the next few issues. Spot makes guest appearance in here, and this leads into stuff with the Black Cat. Yeah, she gets involved here, and it's a really fun storyline. Her with Blanca Black Cat get involved with her. Yeah, basically also have Guido briefly die here, but comes back, no problem. Yeah, and they capture one of the people involved in this, and Jameson pays them for basically going after the guys who killed this friend of his. And I love this project, but this is a really fun story. I love these issues. I give this book a 10 out of 10. I'm hoping to view more X-Factor trades in the future, but who knows? But yeah, that's particular view. Next up, more Devil Part-Time. Okay, next video. Bye.